Chapter 6 is here and everyone's ranks have been reset, so today I'm going to be teaching all of you the fastest way to rank up in the new chapter. So if you do enjoy, make sure you are subscribed. But now let's jump into the first way to rank up, which is kills. Now kills are going to get you the majority of your points, but there's a huge misconception about kills, because what a lot of people don't know is that the amount of points you get per kill is based on how many people are left. So let's say I get a kill off spawn, it's not going to give me a lot of points. But if I pick up the same elimination in a final zone with 3 people left, I'm going to get way more points for that kill. Also, not only do you get points per kill, but you also get points for assists. So let's say I get someone super weak, but someone comes in and steals my kill. I will still get partial credit for that kill. So do not be discouraged if someone steals your kill, you will still get some points. Now moving on to the next way that you're going to rank up is placement. Now obviously the longer you survive in a game, the more points you're going to get. So I recommend landing somewhere more low key on the map so that you don't die off spawn and lose all those points you worked for last game. Now sometimes it's going to be hard to stay alive throughout the game, but one way that I can recommend that you always stay alive until endgame is having the radio tower. Basically, if you get the radio tower, you can just see the next zone before anyone else, and that means that you get to rotate before anyone else, you have better mats than everyone else, and you're just going to be in a better position than everyone else. And that just means that your win probability is going to be a lot higher, and you're going to get fed a lot more kills because of this. So if I were to recommend a strategy, I would land somewhere more low key near a radio tower, and then I would play for the radio tower and then try and survive to the end of the game and then try and play for kills late game, because that is going to get you the most points possible. Now you're probably asking yourself, what is the best game mode that you can play to rank you up the fastest? Now the best game mode you can play is solos. The reason for it is because when you kill a player in solos, it would count as a team wipe instead of just a kill. This means that you're just going to get more points in general for every kill you get. But if let's say you were in squads or duos, you would have to wipe that entire team to get those points. So if you are going to play a game mode to rank up, you should always be playing solos at most times. So now moving on, let's talk about your drop spot. Now your drop spot is the most important part of your game because it either makes or breaks your game. You either die off spawn and you go and queue again, or you stay alive and you go on to continue the game. So you need to find the best drop spot for you, and this means that you need to cater to your playstyle and your skill level. If you're a good player, you should be W keying and landing at a really high key drop spot so you can get the most kills off spawn. But even if you're a really good player, you might suck at off spawn, and if this is true, then you could land somewhere more low key and get your loot up and then go fight. And again, that also ties into kills with endgame, so just keep that in mind. But let's say you're a really bad player, again, you should be landing somewhere more low key and then getting your loot up and trying to stay alive until endgame and then picking up a few kills in endgame just to boost your rank points as much as possible without dying off spawn. Now drop spots are going to be a little tricky right now because everyone is trying to figure out their drop spot. But what I would recommend is really getting down the rhythm of a drop spot. So find a place that you really like, that caters to you, and when you find that spot, learn how to rotate from it, learn the loot route, learn everything about it, so that when you drop at this place, you're going to win every single time. And then once you're out of that loot route, you obviously need to rotate early because this map is massive. So that means that rotating early needs to be your priority right after you win off spawn. Now this new map is probably, as you noticed, larger than the chapter 5 map. It's actually 20% larger than the old maps. So that means that rotating to zone first and having good movement is very important. Now you're probably asking yourself, what movement items should you carry? Because there's 3 movement items we got this season. We have the shockwave grenade, typhoon blade, and the void oni mask. Now all 3 of these are great in their own way. The typhoon blade is just a sprint boost and you can use it to dash, but you are very vulnerable in the air, so be careful with it. The shockwave grenade, as we all know, is a great well-rounded grenade. You just get to zone really quickly, fly zero on the map, can take high ground, it can do everything. But the void oni mask is a new item we've never seen before. It is literally just teleporting across the map, and it is one of the best ways to just skip rotates in general. As you can see in the background clips, I'm literally just skipping entire rotates with just one little click, and that is very broken. So I wouldn't say any of the items are better than the other one, but you always want to at least be carrying 1 or 2 of these movement items at all times because this map is massive. And you know what else is massive? Now another thing I really quickly should mention, you need to be carrying a lot of meds this season because hit scan is back and this map is very open, and that means that you're always going to be trading a lot more damage because there's a lot more open areas on the map. So you either need to be carrying minis, big pots, med kits, whatever, but you need to always have meds because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in the end of a game with no meds at all. So make sure you're carrying a ton of meds. Now obviously winning every game is impossible, but with the tips that I've provided you today, if you can combine them into one game and use all the tips that I've given you today, you're going to find that winning games is just going to be a lot easier, but you're also just going to get a lot more consistent in your placements in general. Now that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm going to be dropping a lot more content this season. I'm also going to be streaming a lot more this season, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.